Hey, this is Ralph from www.growwithralph.com, and I'm coming at you with a mindset video today with a very simple thought. This one comes from Grant Cardone. Who's got my money? And this is a simple thought. It's a simple principle in network marketing and networking in general that a lot of people overlook. Before you start trying to engage with people to see if they are interested in buying your products or your offer, you first have to kind of make a determination who's got my money. Are you going to be wasting your time trying to sell a Lamborghini in a trailer park? I mean, think of it. A lot of people just tend to go with the wrong kind of people, the wrong crowd, and just market the wrong thing to the wrong people. You know, it seems obvious we wouldn't be wanting to market Lamborghinis to people who are just barely getting by and maybe living from paycheck to paycheck in low income housing or trailer parks or things like that. And the opposite is also true. I mean, you wouldn't want to be selling cheap items to people who are, got a better income, better amount of money. Maybe people who are upwardly mobile and looking for the better things in life. So the first rule here that's illustrated by this "Who's got my money" quote from Grant Cardone is to know your market. Know the people that, first of all, have a need for whatever it is that you are trying to market, whatever it is you're trying to sell, and then know who's got the money to invest. I mean, are you going to be wasting your time trying to market to people who have no money whatsoever? If you're trying to sell like a $50 offer or a $100 offer or a $1,000 offer to folks that have, no discretionary income whatsoever, you're going to be spending a lot of time and a lot of trouble getting nowhere. So there are things that you can market to folks who are broke. I like to go with free things, free items that might be able to catch their attention, stuff that they might actually be able to use to improve themselves with, to improve their situation with, if they apply it and, if they have the gumption to do something with it. I've got a few free offers that I use to kind of promote to folks that are of very meager income, very meager income level. But I wouldn't try to market a $50 offer or a $1,000 offer to somebody who is flat broke. Free offers that they might be able to use to improve themselves with are a good starting point with this crowd. And then as they begin to work their way up, maybe get a little bit discretionary income under their belts, then you might be able to work with them and move them up to the next level, as it were. But definitely, you've got to know who's got my money. And you've got to also ask yourself, do you really want to be spending a whole lot of time trying to market to people who are flat broke? And I think Grant Cardone would recommend no. First of all, ask yourself who's got my money, and then start marketing to that crowd. Another example here would be, somebody that's not flat broke, somebody that works for a living, people who are of the working class, social and income bracket. And I mean, this is where I am. I mean, this is where I've been for all my life. And as my income grows and continues to grow, I mean, this is still going to be pretty much who I am. I was raised in a family owned business. Father ran his own shoe repair shop, not really a blacksmithing shop, as shown in this picture. But I mean, I can really relate, and this is where I've been for most of my life, and mentally probably where I'll be, for even if I do have like hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars under my belt at my command, I'll still be just a working class kind of a guy at heart. And folks like this, folks that aren't necessarily living from paycheck to paycheck, but may have a little bit of discretionary income in their pockets and under their belts, this might be a group that you might want to market something like a $20 offer if you got something like that, a $50 offer, maybe even a $100 offer. Something that, if you think that they have a need for the offer that you're promoting or the product that you're trying to sell, this would be one of the groups that you might want to market to. But again, you know your market, know the needs of the people that you're networking with, and know who's got my money. And, working class people that are working and they have an income and they're looking to better themselves, they can be a good market to reach out to. Now, another group that you may want to consider reaching out to if you're networking. And, we're all networking online. Most of us are working online, networking online these days, especially with the COVID-19 pandemic still lingering on and still picking up steam in some areas. We can reach out to a wide variety of people. And this is a mistake that a lot of people make in their network marketing, is that broke people tend to reach out and network to other broke people. Middle class people tend to network with other middle class people. And wealthy people, well-to-do people, like the man in the current picture we're looking at, tend to network with wealthy people. And there's no written rule online that says that broke people have to network with broke people and rich people need to network only with rich people. You can cross the lines. You can break through those barriers. If you know how to reach out and connect with people, you can be networking with broke people, with middle class people, with wealthy people, just by reaching out, and especially by challenging and changing your mindset. And this is a mistake that so many people make in network marketing, is that they tend to think, I'm a broke person or I'm a middle class person and I have nothing to offer to people who are above me on the income ladder, on the social ladder. And actually, if you've got a product or an offer that people of a higher income group might be interested in, then don't underestimate yourself. Go ahead and reach out to those people, network with those people. And of course, that begs the question, how do you network with the right people? Well, think about your social media accounts. Take the time to kind of look at who is the average person that's talking, networking on Twitter? Who's the average person that tends to network using Facebook? Who's the average kind of person that tends to use LinkedIn? Who best represents the group that you want to market to? And then spend your time marketing on those social media platforms that tend to attract folks of that income bracket. And then also, uh, be careful how you present yourself. If you're out on Twitter, working with the outrage mob and making statements on your Twitter account like, oh, money is evil, money is bad, and all wealthy people are bad. And then you try to reach out to a wealthy person that you find on Twitter, and they go back and they check out what you've been posting, and they see stuff like that, they're not going to be very likely to want to do business with you. So be careful how you present yourself on social media. And if you're making statements like money is the root of all evil, money itself is evil, people who have money are evil, you need to do a mindset check on yourself. Because in my experience, I used to think like that too. But I began to realize money by itself is not evil. It's just a tool. Money tends to magnify who you already are. If you're a good person when you're broke and then you come into money, chances are that money is going to magnify the goodness that is already in you. And the reverse of that, if you tend to be an asshole, if you're broke and you're an asshole and you get money, you're just going to be a bigger asshole. So money itself is not evil. It's just a tool that we all use. So making statements and just allowing yourself to think that money is bad, rich people are bad, that's really going to hold you back in network marketing. You need to have a mindset of growth, a mindset of advancement, and a mindset of abundance. So you've got something of value to offer to anybody if you've got the right mindset. And if you feel like you've got the value within yourself, there's no reason why you can't be reaching out to broke people, working class people, and wealthy people, all at once. You just have to learn how to find them, how to reach out to them, and how to communicate with them on social media. And again, pick out the right social media markets. Twitter might be good for one type of person, uh, one kind of prospects that you might be looking for, one group of prospects. Facebook might represent another group of prospects. And then for the higher budget stuff, LinkedIn, that's where you're going to be finding the folks that are serious business people who are ready to advance, who are looking for opportunities to advance. They would be another market that you would want to reach out to if you're looking for, serious people, serious minded people, and folks that have at least a little bit of money and a little bit of desire to make more money. So don't let your own present level of income determine where you stay in life and where you remain. And don't let that dictate who you're going to be reaching out to. Uh, like I said in the beginning, I come from a working class family. Uh, we've been in the ranks of the working poor when I was growing up. I've been dirt poor. I've been close to homeless, and I've worked my way out of that situation, and now consider myself to be one of those folks that is seriously looking to better myself and to become and remain upwardly mobile. So just because you're presently in a certain condition, don't think that that is where you have to remain. And coming from that background myself, I have networked with wealthy people. There is one old guy that I was networking with when I was a church pastor. And I mean, he loved me. I respected him, and I didn't realize that he was a millionaire at the time that I was ministering to him and networking with him. And I mean, his family, they would do anything for us that they could. They would do anything for the church that they could, and they were just beautiful people. And I didn't realize how wealthy he was until he died, and I had to preach his funeral. And after, conducting his funeral at the end, when we were shaking hands and kind of reminiscing with folks at the end of the service, this one man that knew this gentleman came forward and said, "You probably don't realize it, but Pastor, you just buried the wealthiest man in Hickory County." And I didn't realize that. I mean, he really surprised me. But he began to share stories about how much money he had, how he attained his wealth. And I mean, he was a guy that didn't like to show off his wealth, but he would use it to help other people. He was kind of like, if you remember the old program, The Beverly Hillbillies, the Jed Clampett kind of a guy. a guy that would have like millions of dollars at his control, but would just be an old farmer at heart. And that's the way he projected himself to me and to other people within the church and to the people that he helped within the community. And uh, just that it's in itself just made me stop to think that wealthy people can be very, very beautiful people, and we all have the ability to be reaching out to and networking with that kind of person. You just have to know where to find them, how to talk with them, and how to just develop a mindset that says, the money that I make and the money that you make, that's not going to be a barrier. What we're going to do is we're just going to network with one another, and if I can help you with a certain offer, with a certain product, I will. And if you can help me with maybe advice or something that might be of value to me, that's cool too. We just have a free flow, free exchange of energy, ideas, and and just market, just network. And you can do that with broke people. You can do that with working class people. You can do that with wealthy people. You just have to get back to, the main question. Who's got my money? And if you answer that question, then money can start flowing to you at an increased rate. And the more that you learn how to talk with people, how to network with people, and get to know people where they are at and what and know what you can do to help them if you can and to make a sale if you can, but just reach out and offer something of value to them, whether they're broke, whether they're working class, whether they're rich. They've all got something to offer. You just have to be able to answer that question: who's got my money? And don't be trying to sell Lamborghinis to folks who are dirt broke. And don't be trying to sell, used VWs to somebody who's looking for a Lamborghini. Know your market, know who's got your money, and then start networking. And just start networking with the right kind of heart, the right kind of spirit. Offer value to whoever you encounter, and just try to work for their betterment as well as for your betterment. We all have something to offer to other people, and other people will have something to offer to us. We just have to be able to develop the eyes to see it and the mindset needed to work with it. So that's about all I have to say on this topic. If you like videos like this, please give it a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, and you can catch me on one of my websites at www.growwithralph.com. This is Ralph signing out. Thanks for dropping by.